Everyone enjoys a party, except perhaps, in this case, the National Party, because a taxpayer-funded calendar Gerry Brownlee sent out to his constituents in Ireland includes a number of important errors. One of them, the apparent cancellation of New Year's Eve. Conan Young reports.
New Year's Eve, a time for looking back on the year that was and perhaps making a few resolutions for the year ahead when you party with friends and family. But a calendar sent out at the start of this year by Gerry Brownlee to the good folk of Ireland appears to have cancelled all of the fun. According to this otherwise bland-looking piece of promotional material, this year there's no December the 31st. The night's been called off. April 30 is missing too, and a whole 2 days are missing from the end of July. And in Ireland, the next school holidays will start on September the 25th, a week earlier than the rest of the country. But while these mistakes might be forgiven, it's the prospect of missing out on New Year's Eve that today worried most people in Mr Brownlee's electorate.
We're just having a chat to people about a calendar that the local MP, Gerry Brownlee, has sent out to people. I don't know, did you receive anything like that in the mail?
No, and I'm one of his constituents, as you might say, living there in his electorate. Well, but no, I haven't had any. I haven't seen it.
Well, look, the reason we're asking you about this calendar is that they've left out a few important dates. I might just be able to show you a copy here.
It's 30 days. There's 31 days in December.
You're right. You win the prize. And it's an important day, of course, isn't it, the 31st?
Oh, yes, Christmas Eve. I mean, New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. Oh, dear me. Oh, well, so this is a calendar he's put out. And you're missing a very important date there.
Most people sort of, when they want to get the days right in the month, work out how many there are, they sing a little song to themselves, don't they? 30 days have September,
It's true.
April, June and November, and all the rest have 31, including December, which is, of course, an important date. But on this calendar, they seem to have left off the last day of that particular month.
That's extraordinary.
So we're just wondering if anybody's concerned that the government or the National Party may have canned New Year's Eve.
Well, they may well have done. You'll have to ask them.
How many days does December have? That's a very important date too, isn't it?
New Year's Eve. Perhaps we're not going into next year. We're just sticking with 2017.
Do you like New Year's Eve, or does it?
Love New Year's Eve. I'm half Scottish, of course.
You'll still get to celebrate New Year's anyway.
I will, yes. Even if they change the date, we'll still celebrate it.
Are you terrified that National might have, the government may have cancelled New Year's Eve?
No. It'll happen. Regardless.
Are you still planning to celebrate New Year's, even though the National Party seems to think it's not worth putting on the calendar?
Well, I guess we do it quietly these days. My days are rearing up and gone, but no, I'm sure it'll still be a special night. Well, that's amazing. He's left that out. That is. I wonder who put that calendar together. Surely Gerry didn't do it. Well, how do you like that, Barry? Did you know that? Did you know that Gerry Brownlee left off the 31st of December?
Sorry?
Gerry's put out a calendar.
Yes.
And there it is there. What's wrong with the calendar?
It leaves out the 31st of December, which of course is, I'm sure you enjoy that date yourself.
Well, it's always a good time of the year, isn't it, for partying?
And hopefully Labor might be a little bit better at putting out those calendars, perhaps.
I'm sure they are. If they can get their billboards right, they've got a chance of getting the calendars sorted.
Gerry Brownlee says the calendars, which cost $6,000 to produce, were paid for by parliamentary services, in other words with taxpayers' money, and were intended as a means of sharing his contact details with his constituents. His office was alerted to the mistake by a member of the public.
Rather than just being a card, we put the calendar on there thinking that people might find that useful. I guess losing 3 days off it is pretty embarrassing, particularly since the last day lost is the 31st of December, and that's my brother's birthday and also my sister-in-law's birthday. So I hope they won't take it too personally.
He's unsure if the $6,000 cost of the calendar has been reimbursed.
Look, I'm not sure what details were entered into. I know it was paid for before the mistake was discovered. So there's always a discussion about who signed off what. I personally didn't sign off it, but I've got very good staff, and it's one of those embarrassing things that can happen.
Mr Brownlee notes that while the end dates are missing from April, July and December, all months on the calendar start on the correct days. In Ototahi for Checkpoint, ko Conan Young Tēnei.